Saitama versus Beerus, two planet-destroying characters. One's a god of destruction, one's a hero with no limits. But who's ultimately coming out on top here? And really, is this fight even gonna be close? Let's get into it. Saitama was once an ordinary man like you or me, trying to get by in a 9-to-5 world and make ends meet. But having always wanted to be a hero as a kid, Saitama began to train hard, doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and running 10 kilometers every day for 3 years. And as a result of all that training, two things happened. One, his hair fell out, and two, he became so strong that he could kill any monster with just one punch. Which honestly, really sucked. Since becoming strong, Saitama was able to be a hero as a hobby, but his overwhelming power denied him what he wanted most, a real fight, where he could go all out and push the limits of his strength. What's more, the world at large didn't seem to acknowledge his power, dropping him at the bottom of the hero ranks and attributing most of his efforts to others. In that time though, he's met and taught the Cyborg Genos, encountered all sorts of incredible monsters like Beerus, Orochi, and Garo, and prevented massive cataclysms more than once. And though he doesn't make a big deal of it, turns out he's got some pretty good heroic instincts. So maybe this hero thing will work out after all. No matter how much you try, there are limits to your growth. God actually designed it this way, where each creature has to grow within certain parameters, and the mechanism to control that growth is called a limiter. Heroes work hard to develop their talents and gain incredible powers, or they enhance themselves with experimentation or cybernetics, or some are simply born with remarkable gifts. But Saitama is different. He was a normal person of ordinary birth with an ordinary lifestyle and no particular talent. Yet, just through sheer effort, he forced open his limits and demolished his limiter. He self-evolved, acquiring unimaginable, limitless strength. So strong that Saitama is able to effortlessly defeat powerful monsters and villains with a single casual punch. He's done this plenty of times. Pretty much every monster that Saitama runs across, well, he can destroy them with just one punch without even trying. And Saitama is always getting more and more powerful too, to the point where he's fought against a simulation of himself from just the day before, was able to take him out with one punch. He's destroyed a meteor that was threatening several country-sized cities with just one punch. He's jumped from the moon to the earth before, destroying a lot of the moon's surface in the process. And he's easily one-shot Monster King Orochi, whose body is durable enough to contain part of the Earth's core inside of him. Or his durability is so great that most punches thrown his way are just meaningless. They don't do a thing. They literally can't hurt him or affect him. And he's so fast. They can kill monsters and appear to be standing in place and having never moved, or dodge attacks and keep up with opponents so easily that he just thinks it's funny. And that's all when Saitama is barely even trying. If Saitama wants to though, he can perform the serious series moves. In the serious series, Saitama is basically trying a bit harder and putting more effort into his attacks, unlike before. Still not even close to his upper limits though. He's been able to one-shot Elder Centipede and obliterate evil ocean water with a serious punch, and he's deflected Lord Beerus' collapsing star roaring cannon, which had the power to wipe away the planet's surface, with just one serious punch. And in the process, well, he split apart the atmosphere and killed Beerus. Saitama is even so powerful that he could blow apart the Earth with just one punch if he really wanted to. It's just that he would never want to do that. And then there's his fight against Garo. Garo might not have started out as much compared to Saitama, But after having some power imparted to him by God, Garo became one of the most powerful beings in the universe, and was able to give Saitama the best fight he's ever had. And even then, Saitama was still able to win and was fighting with just one hand. But it's the most serious that we've ever seen Saitama, so let's take a look. During the fight, Saitama is pushed further than he's ever been before, and experiences an exponential growth rate in his powers that we've never seen before. It looks like a combination of emotional pressure and a worthy opponent gave Saitama the opportunity to tap into powers that again we've never seen before. He can destroy a moon with a serious table flip. A serious sneeze blows away all the gas surrounding Jupiter's core, and he's able to send Cosmic Garo flying with each punch he lands. And all of Garo's powers, every technique at its disposal, the best it can do is just destroy Saitama's clothes. And even though Cosmic Garo is literally copying all of Saitama's stats, Saitama is growing so fast in his strength, his speed, his durability, that Garo literally can't keep up. And still, none of this is near Saitama's upper limits. Beerus is the god of destruction in Universe 7, the universe with all our main heroes, and his primary responsibility is keeping the universe in order. He's the brother of Champa, the student of Wiz, one of the most powerful warriors in all of Dragon Ball history, constantly pushing Goku and Vegeta to reach his power level. He can destroy planets like they're nothing and absolutely loves food. He'll save a world if they have delicious treats, but destroy it if he doesn't like its food. Basically, Beerus is a force to be reckoned with. Beerus has absolutely insane power, to the point where he can easily send a Goku flying with just a flick. He can overpower and hold back Vegeta, beat Vegeta with just a flick of his wrist while only using 1/10 of his power. He can easily defeat Buu and Gohan. Then there was his big fight against Goku. It was said that Beerus and Goku repeatedly hitting each other was sending out powerful enough shockwaves that were threatening to destroy the universe and reach the Kaioken realm. Then the same thing was probably going to happen with his fight against his brother Champa. Gods of destruction are never supposed to fight, because they're so powerful that if they fight, they'll mean the destruction of multiple universes. And then there's Beerus' key. He can blow up a planet with absolutely no effort whatsoever. He can destroy a planet with a sneeze, even destroyed the sun and stars before. His blast with Champa would have threatened to destroy the whole universe. He can even shoot out blasts that could have killed several gods. Overall, Beerus is one of the most powerful and versatile characters in Dragon Ball history. He's well above the likes of Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza, and is even arguably above other gods of destruction. Now, the first thing that I kinda want to address is the idea of Saitama being a gag character, because even though he is, it's not necessarily in the way you might think. The joke isn't that Saitama can beat everything or everyone in just one punch. So if you believe that he can do that here with Beerus, well, I think you're probably wrong. Because if Goku can't do it, if Vegeta can't do it, then I don't think Saitama can do it. Mostly because there have been powerful enough opponents who have been able to survive Saitama's punches before, at least for a little while. No, see, Saitama's gag is that he's an anime protagonist at the end of his series put in at the beginning of this series, where he's too strong to have a challenge. So therefore, he's basically able to beat every opponent he runs across with just one punch. All this to say, even though Saitama's limiter has been broken, doesn't necessarily mean that he has no limits to his strength and can instantly scale to any opponent and put them down with just one punch. It more means that he has limitless potential growth. The only thing holding him back is actually the world around him. He needs good fights and equal competition in order to grow and get stronger. There's not much of that around him. It's like a world-class weightlifter being stuck with just 5-pound dumbbells. There's only so much you can do. And that's why Saitama began to grow so exponentially more powerful during his fight with Cosmic Garou, because he had finally found an equal opponent, so he could finally start truly getting stronger. Now, how does all this pertain to his fight with Beerus? Well, in Saitama's fight with Garou, he did several incredibly impressive things, destroying a moon with one hand, destroying a huge part of Jupiter with a sneeze, but the most impressive one was the Serious Punch Squared, where Saitama and Garou's fists clashed, and Saitama contributed half the force necessary to create a massive explosion and leave a hole in the universe, erasing countless stars, solar systems, potentially even galaxies, wiping them from existence without a trace. Now, there have been plenty of attempts to try and quantify this feat, but general consensus is that it's somewhere between multi-solar system to multi-galaxy level in power. With how exponentially fast Saitama was growing in power during that fight, this isn't even near his limit. He well surpassed this. But while Saitama will grow during his fight with Beerus, probably grow exponentially, that doesn't necessarily mean that he'll beat Beerus, not even close. And that's because Beerus is already starting out so much more powerful than Saitama. Now, Beerus at his best should be considered Skyfather level or a multiversal being, basically someone with the power to destroy the entire universe. He's one of the strongest warriors in Universe 7, second only to his mentor Whis. And not even Goku or Vegeta are truly a match for him. They're still desperately trying to catch up with him, and these guys are comfortably Herald tier, on par with the likes of Superman or Silver Surfer. Beerus is so powerful that it's been said several different times that he could straight up destroy the universe. In fact, it's not allowed for two gods of destruction to fight against each other, because just that would happen. The universe would be destroyed. Heck, Beerus was threatened to destroy the universe a few times during his fight against Goku, and Beerus was still holding back at that point. And it's not just that he's strong enough to casually overpower beings like Goku, or that he's tough enough to survive planetary destruction no problem. There's also Beerus' ki. Heck, he can destroy a planet with just one tap of one of his fingers. He can casually blow up a planet with just one little ball, and Beerus has the power and ability to create hundreds or thousands of these attacks. Yeah, Saitama one time destroyed part of a planet with his sneeze, but Beerus can do quite literally the exact same thing, and he can recreate that same attack countless different times all at once. Basically, everything Saitama has done, Beerus has already done it too, and done it even better. Now, you could argue that Saitama is a rather jokey character and has some powers that look like Toon Force abilities. Saitama has shown us that he can casually interact with mystical and spiritual things, damaging a spiritual dimension of reality by punching a hole in it from the outside, completely ignoring its invisibility, its intangible nature, or the fact that it exists in its own completely separate space-time. Problem is, Beerus is completely immune to Toon Force powers or jokey abilities. So even if there was something there for Saitama, well, it's not going to work against Beerus. Then finally, being a god of destruction, well, Beerus just says a magic word, and he can completely erase whatever he wants from existence, turning them into straight nothing. All he has to do is point at it, and Beerus can cause the object to instantly disintegrate. And if Beerus can do this easily on a being as powerful as Zamasu, who's definitely shown feats on par with Saitama, well, I think it's safe to say that Beerus can do it to Saitama too. Saitama is definitely a powerful character and he's definitely a fun character, but he's not quite ready to take on a god of destruction just yet. Beerus is winning here, and it's not even close. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.